So Jabir radiallahu anhu narrated this. So the best of dhikr is La ilaha illallah. So rather than singing that tune, yo man, something, or should I sing Indian song, is it Bollywood? Bollywood is coming in the next lecture, brother. I got it covered, akhi. I have my spies in the community. I call up and say, okay sister, cough it up. And then the brother, I said, brother, don't feel shy. Tell me all the songs, all the movies. This is what they're doing, brother. But you know, I really don't do it that much. So the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, سبق المفردون. قالوا وما المفردون يا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. قال الذاكرون الله كثيرا والذاكرات. That who are the mufarridun? Who are these people? They say, Ya Rasulullah, who are they? Because he said, these are the people who will succeed. Sabaqa. They will go forward. And who are they? He said, ذاكرون الله. That the ones who make dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. كثيرا والذاكرات. That they make lots of dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Reading the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, dhikr. How many people are now learning the book of Allah here? How many people are teaching it to others? خير من تعلم القرآن وعلمه. So the best of you, and there is one narration say, أفضلكم. The best of you, the most superior of you. من تعلم القرآن وعلمه. Is to learn the Quran and teach it to others. And how many people are doing that? Because we are wasting our youth in trivial pursuits, going after things, watching movies, and not doing anything. So make dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, rather than saying, oh nonsense, or what is the word that the Britishers usually say? Pity? Oh, yeah, yeah. Rather say, say, Ya Allah, or something like that, that will make your heart, that will be soft with the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's why the Quran is also called a dhikr. No, I'm not telling you to go make dhikr and shake your head and twirl around and fall down and things like that. That's a whole different ball game. But I'm telling you to make your lips moist with the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now Mus'ab ibn Umair, he was the most charming of the Meccans. He was rich, and he was affluent, and he was young, and he gave up everything. The Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam felt deeply hurt when he passed away. Deeply hurt, because he was the best, the most pampered. And the companions used to feel, they used to sometimes cry when they used to see them, because he used to wear the finest cloth, the best perfume. He was the most handsome, as they would call it, the eligible bachelor. And he left everything for the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. 12 people, the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he sent them. The 12 people that came to the first pledge of Aqaba. And then the next pilgrimage, Mu'adh radiallahu anh, he brought them, or Mus'ab ibn Umair, he brought them 70 men and women. That's very hard to do at that time. When Islam, now, they didn't have CNN and, bashing Islam so somebody will hear and go read. He had to go and do his work. How many people in their youth are doing their work thinking that they have accomplished something? So the youth is a force to reckon with right now. You're a force. You can do something now. You don't have to sit idle. And I'm not saying do something, blow up a building and bombs. This is what they think when you say, Muslims should do something. Oh my goodness, they are coming here. Huh? I'm not telling, do something constructive. And Muslims, when they do things constructive, it's good for the whole of humanity. How can these people at the same time, knowing that St. Thomas Aquinas was a big plagiarist, he copied Ibn Rushd, he copied Imam Ghazali, he copied so many people and didn't write their name, and he just copied them, and they said, these are the pages from the Renaissance, and he's the biggest guy. He is the person who says that the women are the traps of devils. And this is the person that we're looking at. So when you say youth can do something, you do something constructive for humanity, not only for your community as Muslims, but something for humanity, and that's da'wah. And that's, you say, wow, Muslims in the forefront, but you don't want you to be the best in IT and then stop praying salah? What kind of da'wah is that, right? And this brother, mashallah, prays tahajjud all the time. And these are fruitful years, because what do you call fruitful? That fruits come off of it. When the tree is not giving fruit, it's only giving a little bit of a shade. It's not as productive. But when it gives fruits, that's why they call it the fruitful years. What are the fruits that we can say we have done this? So Muslim youth are the targets of bullets back home, in Kashmir, in Palestine. Everywhere you go, they're the targets of bullets. And now, in this so-called first world, this is a UN distinction, first world. That this distinction given by the UN, the first world, now we're being killed by what? Targets of corruption. They're targets of bullets, but their iman is high. We're targets of what? Corruption. Number one, TV. And I have a big thing on TV coming up. I'm not going to go into it right now. But TV is killing us. The computer is killing us. Brother, I'm surfing. But you didn't wake up for Fajr. I was surfing all night, Islamic sites. It doesn't matter if you surf and you miss Fajr. You have to wake up for Fajr. You have to. But brother, I was looking up hadith. It doesn't matter. Bunya al-Islamu ala khamsin. The Islam is built on 5. Shahadati an la ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammadan Rasulullah wa iqam as-salah. And to establish the salah. This is the second. So if you don't establish the salah, you're looking at the internet, you're doing nothing with your fruitful years, and now you're being corrupted by the TVs, by the pubs, by the dance parties, by alcohol, by cigarettes, by marijuana. And that's taking place behind closed doors, behind university campuses, where we think we can hide. Sometimes wear a ball cap. The sisters are very easily identifiable, but the brothers, they wear a ball cap or, shave themselves like John Henry, and say, oh, I'm not one of them. I'm a moderate Muslim. There's no such thing. A Muslim is balanced in his approach. And so there's no connection with our brothers and sisters who are being gunned down like animals. Brother Yusuf, I just left him. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cure his baby. He's a convert to the deen about 5 years ago. He married a Pakistani sister. He's a white brother. I call him the white Taliban. So he's very strict. And he's a very lovely brother, Bismillah. And his son, he just Saturday night, I was just ending up finishing the lectures, and he phoned me. And he said, brother, make dua for my son. He's in the hospital. I just took him in. I don't know what's wrong. He's bruising and all this. And then right after that, I felt a great deal of anxiety. And he phoned back and he said, and he was weeping. And he said, my son has leukemia. And I had to weep with him because he grew up in front of my eyes. He took the shahada. I married him off. I see his kid. His wife is also pregnant. And this is in his youth. He's facing that. And wallah, he has a great sense of iman. And my love for him is increased, not because of his tribulation that he's facing, but because in his youth he can worship Allah and not say, oh, why do it to me? And mashallah. And I will ask all of you, inshallah, to pray for his son. Mujahid is really cute. I used to bother him a lot. And he used to always keep quiet. And even when he had the IV in him, all the brothers were there. And he looked at me and his eyes popped out with a little grin. Actually really crushed my heart. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cure him, because they have to find out how they're going to treat the leukemia, inshallah, in him. So inshallah, these are our youth years that we have to go. So the youth can also delude you. It can beguile you, it can lull you to sleep, because you think you have this strength, that you'll always have this strength getting out of bed. Tired. Bed fresh. So, after the spring of youth comes the old age. اغتنم خمسا قبل الخمس. Your youth before your old age. You think you're going to live forever? You think you're going to run away forever? Umar radiallahu anhu, he said, Ya Rab, Ya Allah, I have aged and become weaker, and the people have spread abroad. Take me to you having succumbed neither to temptation nor neglect. This was a great Khalifa, Umar radiallahu anhu. And the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and I think all of us, we know this dua, or at least we have heard it. The Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-ajzi wal-kasal. That, oh Allah, I seek refuge in ajz. And I will explain that in being weak and lazy. Wal-jubni wal-bukhl. Jubn comes from cheese. Cheese is cowardice. Like cheese can be malleable. You can squeeze it. Right? So you can squeeze it up and throw it. So Allah's Messenger is saying, save me from cowardice and Miserliness. When it comes to Islamic beauty, we don't want to spend the money. We don't want to spend £5. We don't want to spend that because it's too much. But for our jeans and for our hats and for our logos and Nike swish all over ourselves, pagan symbols in the back on our shoe, on our forehead, amazing. And we spend lots of money for that. And what do we get from that? So the Messenger of Allah ﷺ said, to save us from bukhul, from being stingy, wal haram. So because we're talking about haram, qabla al haram, right? About decrepitude. That you don't want to have somebody helping you to the bathroom. The Sahaba used to pray for that. They don't want help like that. And then وَعَذَابِ الْقَبْرِ, and the punishment in the grave. وَفِتْنَةِ الدَّجَّالِ, and the fitna of the Dajjal, because the forerunners are already here. Everything about Dajjal.